Harry, will you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to welcome you all here today. It's good to see you, and I hope some of you were playing in the tournament and you look like I do. But anyway, okay, so we're going to approve the board minutes. I make a motion that we approve the MLC board minutes of January 29th, 22, executive session minutes of February 4th, 2022, February 10th, 2022, and February 22nd, 2022.
I second.
Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. So the next thing is member comments, and I don't have any, so I guess we'll go through that. Okay, Brian, the manager's report.
All right, thank you. We'll jump right into the Finance Committee meeting. Page 16 of the current financial packet details all the operating units and their performance to budget. Page 16 also shows a positive variance to the operating budget for January. Please note that the audit process for 2021 is complete, and our auditor, Gary Dack from Lund Guthrie, will attend the Finance and Credit meeting on March 16th to go over the 2021 audited results. Some department details to note. Food and beverage was 35.5% behind the forecast for revenue. Closures in the dining room due to Omicron and staff shortages in January significantly impacted revenues there. The golf shop is 14.5% behind forecast for January. Soft goods and hard goods sales paired with the available merchandise mix was inadequate to meet the budget forecast in these two categories. Thus, we had a variance for golf. As of February, the golf shop now is receiving orders placed many months ago, and sales will follow the historical patterns, and we hope to catch up there. GCM, Raphael had a pretty good month. He's 45.7% better than the budget for January. Clubhouse maintenance, 5.7% over the forecast. Drivers in this include gas for the pool. We had an extremely cold January, a lot of cloud cover, and it drove the gas usage up, and electricity with the increased hours of operation for the clubhouse and food and beverage. The in revenue, if anybody looked at the finance packet, is negatively affected by the three properties MLCC owns. The payment of dues for these properties reflects in the total revenue for the inn. In addition, MLCC is actively selling a club-owned vacant lot and targets the sale for the other two properties in March. And I think we do have a flyer back there that shows the property that the club is trying to sell. It's a vacant lot. It's been cleaned. It's free of encumbrances. There's been a little bit of activity on it, so I'm hopeful on that. Overall, January 2022 was better than forecast by $23,000 for all departments. A great start to the new year. To touch on COVID-19, as of February 16th, the mask mandate has been lifted for vaccinated members. Club signage shows the self-attestation policy for MLCC. If you've been vaccinated, a mask is not required inside the clubhouse. Food and beverage happenings. I want to thank Jeff and his food and beverage team. The themed weekend events have been well received as MLCC migrates back to traditional days open inside. The post-COVID landscape is favorable for increased activity in this department, and we're looking forward to the improved member experience in this crucial area of club operations. As noted, other peer clubs have reduced days or are still closed in food and beverage operations. MLCC is fighting a daily battle to retain staff so facilities can be open for member use and enjoyment. The 18% service charge is a daily decision maker for our food and beverage staff receiving this extra compensation. The service charge is owned by Mission Lakes Country Club by law. The club elects to pay the full service charge amount out to the bartenders, servers, bussers, and hostess positions. The additional line on the MLCC chit is for gratuities. Please remember, if you choose to tip more, the gratuity line is owned by the server, and that goes directly to the server as well. There's been some questions about that, and I wanted to clear that up as we, have the food and beverage operation open a little bit more. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. So we'll go into the committee reports. The first one is Architectural Control Committee. Jim?
Actually, Marty. Yeah.
I'll be representing the ACC today. First of all, I want to thank all the members who have done a yeoman's job of keeping the palm trees very trim. With all the winds that we've been having, if you drive by the various neighborhoods, you'll see that the streets are clear of all of those fronds and palm skins, and that's the benefit to the credit of the membership. We're also wanting to thank the members that are keeping their yards maintained without having the ACC to remind them of the landscaping. We want to make sure that you're all aware that it's weed season, not the smoking time. So let's make sure that we try to keep the weeds off our properties. Again, the ACC does a great job in trying to maintain the beauty of our club, something that we could be very proud of. We have a handful of new members. We just want to share a gentle reminder to review your CCNRs and your rules and regulations and what's allowed for purposes of construction, what you need an application for, so that we don't run into some uncomfortable situations when we have to bring something to your attention. And lastly is new members. We really need new members. I'm sure all the committees need new members. It only takes a couple of hours a month to just participate and help out, make new friends, and be part of a community that you can be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. And Maria, if you have that report written, would you send it to me so I can, or does Jim have it?
Well, I sent Jim the bullet items.
You'll give it to me so I can attach it to the minutes. Okay, thank you. Condominium Association, anyone here to speak on the condominiums? Okay, thank you. Now we have Finance and Credit Committee.
Excellent. Good afternoon. I move to approve the checks over 1,000 from operations and reserve accounts for January of 2021.
Second.
Do we have any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Passes.
I move to approve the finance and credit reports for January 2021.
Okay. David, seconded. Thank you, David. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I move to consider RFCA 2022-09 from Clubhouse Maintenance not to exceed $11,000 from reserve to purchase 2 new treadmills that are to replace the treadmills that are 14 years old, and one's failing rapidly and the other is right on its tail. So the vendor is Premium Fitness Service.
David, seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I'd like to ask the board to consider RCA 2020-41 from Pool and Rec, recreation in an amount of $288,795. And before I continue, I'd like to ask Jim Nelson to address the content of that.
Yeah, this involves the ADA bathroom. Pool and Rec has been working on this project for about 3 years. And it is a compliance issue with the club for us to be able to have an ADA bathroom down by the pool area. People have put many hours into it and come up with a design. We went ahead, we got permits, and finally got the approved plans back. Sent it out to bid, went out to 14 different contractors. 3 contractors came back with bids, and they were kind of all over the place. They went from $550 down to about $350. $350 was still higher than what we had budgeted. The budget was set back in the third quarter of 2020, prior to all the added expenses that we have now. Construction costs have gone up about 20%. We were able to negotiate the contract down from $350,000 roughly down to $288,795, which is about $13,000 above what we had originally budgeted in 2020 for this project. Only about a 4% increase. And I think that we did our due diligence, Eddie Baxter and the Pool and Rec Committee as well, to get this as low a price as we possibly could in order to be able to get this constructed. So, we're not doing questions, I'm sorry. So, anyways, that's the best we could do on that, and I think we've actually hit that mark. So, in today's market, it could have been 20% above the 275. Anyway,
Thank you, Jim.
You got it.
And I hope you all understand the importance to complete this project. And again, raising, the board approved $275,000 a year and a half ago, and to raise that 275 by 5%, 4.9%, whatever it is, in a 20% plus inflation market is quite a good job. And thank you very much for. This guy dove deep in all of these different parts of this quote and dug out and dug out and dug out and had them re-quote several times each area that was out of bounds. So he did a very good job there. So with that in mind, I would like the board to consider the RFCA 2020-41 from Pool and Rec in the amount of $288,795. Not included any contingency fees and from reserve and for the construction of the ADA bathroom. The vendor is Ledesma Custom Builders. This is a compliance issue to comply with ADA standards and meet individuals' needs.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Jim. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
The Green Committee for several months it's actually started in the budget process, especially when we started receiving the cost drivers for our golf course. The increases that we received, the wage increases that we've given, the costs of the water and electricity for watering the golf course, all of these increases led us to the result of we need to increase our green fee structure to outside play. So with that in mind, I moved to change the current winter rate for outside player green fees from $84 per round to $100 per round, and increase the members' guest rounds to $85 per round, both effective March 1st, 2022. The prices will be in effect from November 1st to May 31st of each year.
Need a motion?
That was the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Jim Smitham, thank you. Any discussion?
Where's that on the agenda?
Pardon me?
Where's that on the agenda?
Green fees increase, it's on the back page, right above golf committee. Motion passes.
We got to vote.
Oh, you got to vote, sorry.
Yeah.
Got off track here. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
There is also a question for the board to discuss, and that is the summer rate. An increase for the summer rates currently is $39 for the play in the summertime from June 1st, I guess, to the end of September, October. I think it's reasonable that at the rates we're increasing, that rate be increased by $10 per round, but I'd like to ask the board to discuss that. This wasn't discussed in our finance committee meeting, but as such, I think it's a time that we could approve this.
So I could have a motion first, and then we can discuss it.
So moved.
Okay, Jim, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Jim? Okay, any discussion?
Yes, I think it's important that people understand that, you know, we're all paying dearly with our dues. And outside play, members play, I'm sorry, they need to pay their way. We just can't absorb that and just pass it on like that. And that if you look at the course rates in the valley, we are embarrassingly low. So.
Okay, thank you. Did we vote on that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so moving on to the golf committee. Pardon me?
You didn't say we voted. That was a discussion.
That was the discussion. Thank you. Thinking about other things. See, I told you. Okay, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. It's hard to take minutes and run this too. I should have passed this on.
What is the final price of that?
The final price is $100.
No, for the summer, right?
Oh, 49.
49.
Thank you.
Okay.
Which is way below what
That's what I
other
asked.
courses are, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a deal. Brand new golf cart.
So moving on to the golf committee, Shelley?
Thank you, Board. I sent you all an email with the proposed calendar for 2022-2023, starting July 1st. And in my email to you all, I stated very much that calendars are subject to change, as you know. Last year, we were thrown, for example, for a loop when the NFL announced another football game, which moved everything up or down, depending on how you look at it. So I know there's scuttlebutt about people like, oh, I want a couples tournament, I want to play with my spouse. Subject to change, this calendar is just the basis for 2022-2023. So we do have the Sadie Hawkins in, we do have the Memorial, we do have other tournaments in here that we normally have. We're trying to kind of close in on November and December and allow the grass to do what it's supposed to do, and not jam-pack it like we did this fall with added tournaments that came up at the last minute. Again, subject to the board's approval if they okay another tournament. The golf committee recommends unanimously that you accept this calendar presented to you via email and probably through Peggy, our representative. And again, I may be back for changes, but at this point, I request that you pass this calendar starting July 1st, 2022. Thank you.
And as I understand that Food Now is looking to move their date, right?
Right now, Food Now is on February 12th, I think, or 11th, whatever day it is. It's the Saturday before the Super Bowl Scramble. They want to change it. All we did was move it to the same time. They want to go either March or April. They're not sure yet, and they will get back to us. So you have it right now kind of crammed in on that weekend that we had this past year, but it will change. Brian and I have been in contact with Food Now. They were a great moneymaker, so we need to keep that in mind, which does help us considerably, and it's a good cause. So it will most likely change to another day, but I will come forward with either our new tournament director, whoever that will be, for a change in that
Okay.
calendar.
Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the 22-23 calendar?
I'll make a motion.
Jim? Nelson? David seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next is the Green Committee.
All right. Andy Carney has given me a report, and I'll read that for him. On the personnel side, Raphael has lost his assistant, who has left for greener pastures and a promotion. Is he a assistant still?
Persistent.
1 year.
1 year until that person retires.
Yeah, so it's very good for him. So unfortunately, that leaves us with 2 employees short of his regular crew and his assistant. Regarding the turf, the second phase of the spraying for this project was derailed last week with all of the wind and rain. So he has to, Raphael is formulating his plan B. I'm not sure what the status of that is in the last day or so, so we'll leave it open. The pump station that we all talked about last meeting and maybe the meetings before, the contracts have been signed and production is underway for those pumps. They're in an aggregate welded structure that are brought in and dropped in with a crane. They're underway. However, with a lot of accessories in the business world, the filters, which we desperately need, are not available, and they won't be available until May. So that's the earliest the installation can be, unless there's some breakthrough in receiving those filters. So our concern there, of course, is that when the pump station is taken out of service for 3 days, if it's 120 degrees, it's not a good thing. So we were trying to pull this as far forward as possible. We actually were hoping to do this in the March, April timeframe. The other time frame may be in the October time frame, so where we're actually not watering. It seems there's so much work to be done though during that period of time that the May time frame sounds like a better schedule. The maintenance yard structure, we've been working on that. They've been looking for contractors. Multiple contractors come in and they just don't want to deal with it. So we haven't found a general contractor to fit that role of coming in and even managing the subcontractors. So at this point, it's sitting on the sidelines. The waterfowl control. Fishing lines were installed on both of the lakes, and it was working quite well, except the birds have already have ensconced here, so they live here, and until next year.
They lived here for 30 years.
Yeah, right. And so
I wouldn't.
So the thought is perhaps next year they may not stay, but it was just an attempt to try to remove the manure from our tee boxes. All right. And again, real quickly, the orange tees on hole number 9 and 16, they're still problematic. They were shallow. They've reduced the slope on them, but it's still a pain. So the plan is to move number 9 off to the east, to the right, if you will, and on 16 to move behind the tree on that hill. So that will be, I think Raphael is getting bids on those projects, those two projects currently. And I bet he actually didn't he facilitate that last year? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he will do that again. Again, the last thing is the water conservation. We're looking at a desert scape. It's called a xeriscape, and so we don't have to water around certain areas of the golf course that are not used. But the first planned area is to the left of number 1 tee as you're going down towards Pinehurst with the cart path over to the houses, around the corner and down the side of 18th fairway to the right of the cart path, around the corner and past the 17th green. That's a considerable amount of acreage, and there will be bids received or quotes requests sent out for that. Having said that, it's not all just desertscape. There will be plants, and those plants will be irrigated. And Raphael's crew will manage the irrigation of that. We said this before, but we have 155 acres of grass that we water, and it's really expensive. And the seed is really expensive. Hopefully those costs will come down. But our water bill and our electric bill for pumping is outrageous. And so we're looking very quickly and hard at doing this type of desertscape. We'll find out, but we don't know the true cost yet. But we have done some desertscape behind number 8. It's a very attractive area, so it will be something in that visual shape. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, next is the House Committee.
Candy, did you want to give the report?
Well, this is going to be our last month as a committee in March, and we're going to be decorating for St. Patrick's Day next week. I believe right before our meeting or after our meeting. Talk about it. And other than that, we will coordinate with food and beverage and see what's going on with St. Patrick's Day. I think it's going to be corned beef and cabbage and the usual fare. But that's about all we have.
Thank you. You'll give me a copy of that report?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Member communications, and I think on the back of the table, Tricia's gone today. She's in Chicago. And Larry did send a report. And I think because I didn't get to go home and do the things I thought I was going to be able to do, I don't think I have his report. But on the back of the table should be a list of, he had a list of some of the things that they have done through the last month. Is it back there?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I have a copy of that, but I was going to go through some of it. I know there's been garage doors open. There's been a few break-ins. Someone had their... Oh, you're here, Larry. I didn't see you. You come forward.
Yeah, you didn't call for me yet.
I'm sorry.
I didn't stop you.
Yeah, you know what? I got off on, I went to the wrong thing. It's member communications, as Tricia's supposed to be doing.
Right.
And do we have Melissa here?
Not in here.
Okay, I know they're still working on the website and some of that, so God, I went off on the wrong one. Sorry. Okay, now we have Neighborhood Watch. Jim.
Okay. Ken Schofield had reached out to the county of Riverside. We've obviously, I think if you live down Clubhouse or Augusta, you've experienced the high-speed racing up and down that we have from folks, well, predominantly from next door, even some of our own members do. They blow the stop sign, they pretty much just go and do what they want to do. They will not allow speed bumps, but they will allow signage. And there's also a radar. Brian has also spoke with the gentleman. The radar goes directly, if I'm not mistaken, to his office, and then he monitors how many speeders we have per day. Will recommend then the highway patrol to come out and then start doing citations. So there really isn't any other thing that we can do physically to the streets. We don't own them. So we have to kind of go with their protocol, and this is the way they do it. But that radar is quite effective, and hopefully that will help cut down on the speeding on Clubhouse, and because it's not getting better, it's getting more dangerous. There's a lot of near misses. I know Bill almost got hit by a driver, and I don't know how many golfers almost get hit daily by people not paying
walking
attention.
dogs up and down the street. You gotta be careful.
But we also have issues with the golfers and their golf carts,
Yeah.
stopping at stop signs, okay? And turning corners blindly.
Well, that can happen too. But anyways, it'd be good if our members obviously set a good example as well, following the laws. But yeah, there will be some of this activity going on. You'll notice this coming up in the next couple months. So In fact, he was going to be starting to do this project fairly quick.
A couple weeks sometime.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
You sent out a thing saying with the phone number, can people call that number? And if, like, if you take a picture of somebody driving by 100 miles an hour down the street.
License plate number and you call it in.
So, anyways, that's where Neighborhood Watch is right now. We need some members. Ken, I'm trying to keep him on, man. It's hard, but we need. He's done a great job, and we need to get some more members involved with it. So, anybody who wants to sign up, that would be great. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we're going to go to cops. And Jim and Larry, I already stole some of your thunder, so I'm sorry.
One quick question here on Bill's comments about the approval for the financial credit. And he said January 2021. I don't think you mean 2021.
Does it say it in there? 2022.
It says 2021 on your sheets there, and you said 2021. David, and I think something needs to be corrected.
We'll fix that in the minutes. Thank you.
Front page.
Just some of the RCA's we have.
Good catch, Larry.
Earlier on.
Okay.
We'll approve those again.
All right, in January, we drove 841 miles, and our mission makes 132 hours patrol with 9 persons. Our volunteer requests are now being accepted by the sheriff's department, so please see me after the meeting, and we'll get you signed up. And we need a lot of volunteers because we're losing a few. And anyway, we have 3 new members that are in the process of with their applications. Sergeant Howell, who was at the meeting, he said crime is up. He said stolen cars in Coachella Valley was up 400% last year. And they also reported that they installed like 20 light cameras at the lights. He didn't say exactly where, but it's just something that they did. He just announced. Our COPS program has reached 100,000 miles since we started, and it'll be 10 years in April. And we'll be celebrating our 10-year anniversary in April here too. I'll just touch on a few of the incidents. Back in January 30th, on Avondale, there's a house was broken into, golf clubs were stolen. The person, they're going to get an alarm. Also on the 30th, I was taken from a porch in the condos. There's no value. On January 30th, in Sanderland, thieves kicked in the front door and stole Wi-Fi equipment. The house is in the process of being remodeled. Also, on February 6th, on Leonard Court, the owner called the homeowner about overwatering. Apparently there was a leak, and they contacted our patrol, contacted the owner, and they're going to contact your gardener. Just one of the things that we did. Homeowner on Meadow Court had a golf bag and club stolen from her garage this past week. That was 6. The lady at the condo stopped the patrol car and said somebody stole her watch 4 or 5 days ago. Advised her to call the patrol, call the sheriff. There's a action over in Brayburn on the 20th, on the 2nd of February 8th, on Sunday night. I guess a lot of damage, a lot of broken glass, but it was also reported. Many vehicles are being parked along the street over here in Augusta. Apparently that Mountain View is said there's no more parking near cars out there on the street, so they seem to be lining up out here. And my diesel fuel was stolen out of my truck in front of my house back on the 14th. Now I have a new. I did call it. Go buy a lock for your gasket. I've purchased a locking cap. So anyway, our next meeting will be March 8th, 1:30. Please come at 10. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Pool and Rec Committee, David.
That we
central side. So 2 in the morning, this. Specifications, received draft drawings, and renderings to be sharing with the committee at the next meeting on March the 10th. And we come to the meeting, see where our commercial architect thinks the specification will be the membership of the grant program. Off a tangent. Where I'm at here, we just added 2 morning books, and we're adding 4 more outdoor courses. We hired a professional pickleball to take care of it for us. You may have seen the flyer about the membership regarding the astrology group. This will be a new program on Mission Lake, so if you're interested, please contact Ms. Michael Moore at 760-671-6542. Now the flyer list the Health Corner. On behalf of fitness program participants, I'd like to highlight 2 success stories. 2 members, Annie Hester and Charlotte Long, regular participants in the fitness classes offered daily. We've each have been actively involved in them for a number of years. The results are noteworthy. Ms. Hester has improved her bone density from borderline osteoporosis to the normal mark. Ms. Long no longer needs to take her blood pressure medications. They both attribute these improvements to their enhanced level of fitness and participation in our program, so congratulate you both. So on behalf of the Pool and Rec Committee, we thank everybody for their participation in our programs. Signed, Mr. Eddie Baxter, Chairperson of the Pool Committee.
Hey, David, would you be able to just, nobody could hear you, and finally I put the microphone in front of our speaker. Could you just highlight about the pickleball courts and anything else in that report that you might need to repeat?
That and the astrology.
Actually, Eddie could probably adjust it because he's wrong, isn't he wrong?
Yeah.
The architect came out. The architect came out and looked at the 3 or 4 different places where we could put them, and they picked one and gave us a rendering. My comment was that pickleball is growing everywhere. We just added more courts at the club that I'm helping at here, and actually hired a pro specifically for pickleball. That's it, Peggy.
Okay. Thank you, David. All right. Moving on, we don't seem to have any old business, so we'll move to new business. Bill, you were going to talk about the credit book?
Absolutely.
For some time, the Finance and Credit Committee has been discussing and tossing around and analyzing a change to our use of our credit book monies. As you all know, I assume that the purpose of the credit book monies is you go into your tournaments, the monies that you win are spent in the pro shop. And the original reason for that, of course, is that the pro shop can make some margin and be able to be self-supportive of the employees there. So that's the whole idea. Some time ago, that credit book was formerly called the sweeps. It was expanded to allow our membership to use those credit book monies in the sandwich, in the restaurant, and in the bar. And what we have done in the Finance and Credit Committee meeting is we have voted to change that, and we unanimously voted that we wish to expand it to include the following. And I will read what it says today. All the awards will be accredited to the members' credit book, with formerly sweeps, account through the club accounting department. The account can be used in the restaurant, bar, grill room, and pro shop or golf shop to pay for food, beverages, and merchandise. The new wording, the official new wording, will read: all awards will be credited to the members' credit book, formerly sweeps, account through the club accounting department. The account can be used in the restaurant, bar, grill room to pay for food and beverages, and in the golf shop to pay for merchandise, member golf cart rental fees, member guest green fees and for club calendar tournament fees, provided, however, the member's credit book may not be applied to the Tuesday WGA or the Wednesday MGA games. And that is the official change that we proposed. And I
think we need to post this for
Yes.
30 days, right, Brian?
Right.
If you approved, let's see.
If you guys approve today, we can post it, and then it can be approved at the March 26th meeting, and then it can be in effect the 26th or the 27th.
So do I need to make a motion to approve it? And then it'll be posted for
Yep.
30 days?
Yep.
Okay.
But it has to be posted for 30 days, and the next meeting is shorter than 30 days.
No, we're good if we post it today.
We will? Okay.
Okay. All right, so do I have a motion to approve the rules and reg change to the credit book?
I'll make a motion.
David? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Is that Jim? Any discussion?
Yes, well, for everyone's knowledge, if you look in the rules and regs, it's on page 21. It's section 4, and it's the first number of awards, if you want to check that out.
Okay, thank you. Anything further? If not, all in favor? Oh, pardon me?
Bill, it's also supposed to be the WGA and MGA weekend tournaments. I think you stated just MLCC tournaments.
No, what we stated was as we were told, the club calendar tournament fees. Club calendar tournaments.
That includes all tournaments, yes.
Right.
But not to the Tuesday or the
There was a
Wednesday.
lot, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Does it include alcohol also, the beverages?
Yes. So,
No.
so to further that, we're hoping that some people win a lot and they have a lot of money, or they sell their golf clubs like I did and I have a lot of money, and I want to buy clubs. And what we have done in the pro shop is the pro shop is going to start stocking more merchandise. Pickleball paddles, pickleball shoes, pickleball paraphernalia, all of that. Batteries for your rangefinders and these types of things that we won't stock those in all the different probable what's the word? There's so many different brands and models. We'll stock some basic ones, and what they'll do is you can come in and look at it, use it, and we'll order it. And if you order it, it's basically 10% over cost, and that's cheaper than anywhere. It's a smoking deal. And so we'll bring those things in. We're also bringing in demo clubs, the same game on demo clubs. We're going to bring in from not just Titleist, but from various manufacturers, and we'll bring in the senior shaft, the regular shaft, and stiff shafts, and women's shafts. And so you take that club out and play with it, and the idea is that you come in and you can order your set from that, rather than going down to the superstore, trying out their stuff and coming back here and then ordering it. You can still do that, but this hopefully you can go into our pro shop and make your decisions there and actually hit them on the driving range and not into a net.
Okay, thank you. Anything else in discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, it will be posted for 30 days. Thank you. The other thing that we have on the agenda is the lot for sale. There's information in the back about it. It's been on our e-blasts and on our website. If anyone has any interest, we were giving members a chance to put in a bid for it. If not, it's going to go out to the public. So I think we haven't had any interest from any members yet.
We've had some verbal interest. We're waiting to see the written notice that they'd like to proceed.
Okay, good. Okay, so if there's any questions regarding that lot, please contact Brian. Thank you. I don't think we have anything else on our agenda, so I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Gift card.
Oh, yeah, that's after our meeting.
Second.
I didn't even sign.
All in favor? I don't think we've ever voted on that before. Opposed?
Very important vote.
Oh, my God.
One through 40.
I actually owe you more money.
1 through 40 and
Jim Smitham is picking 22.
Miss Moss.
All right. Okay, thank you for coming today.
That's a good point. By the way, I'm not going to talk about gotta take the car,
We're not taking questions on That's not true. We will Yeah, you rent one of those inns, and it's on the pool. You do not have to do that. And if we don't follow the rules, we will be sued in big time. And we will present through it to the county and city. I'm not you want people out
I'm 2 years old at Pace. Other days for my letter medic, and that's all I do.
well,
And if it's not, that's all.
here's the thing.